The Elemental movie. What a surprise this movie was. There are a lot of things I want to talk about. Many things I did not expect. The animations, the voice acting, the attachment we developed for the characters. But what you really want to know is it a good movie? Is it worth your time? There's only one place to find out. Starting with production quality. One of the things I enjoyed the most in the movie is the voice acting from Mamadou Athie, who voiced Wade, the city inspector. Let's just listen a bit to his voice.
Why didn't you say that before? What do you do at the shop, if you don't mind me asking? Now I just go from one job to the next. I think you're even more beautiful.
His tone is so calming. It fits perfectly well with his character, who's a sensitive, simple, and very caring person. Every time he would talk to calm down Ember's emotions, it would also make me relax and calm down. The voice acting is coupled with music that always changes to fit the mood. Sometimes in background, sometimes the main audio focus of some specific scenes. Notably, at the moment Wade and Ember start to fall for each other, they play a really feel-good type of song from popular singer Love. The mood it sets up is perfect for this moment when Ember's life starts to feel easier and her heart gets lifted up by the power of falling in love. The movie is set up in Elemental City. There was a lot of efforts put into designing how the different elementals travel in the city. Air elementals can use airships, earth elementals can travel by boat, and everyone can use a water tram. And this design is also very cleverly used to show us one of the main plot points of the movie, how fire elementals are left aside in this society. The city is not made for them and people don't like living with them. There's one aspect though that I didn't enjoy as much, and it's the animation. The movie's director, Peter Son, revealed that it took 7 years for the movie to come out. The animation style, for the characters especially, sometimes made me feel like the movie did come out 10 years ago. If you look at other movies from Pixar that came out even more than 10 years ago, like Ratatouille or Up, while some of the scenes don't have as much detail as Elemental does, I can still feel more of the personality of the characters coming out from them. In Elemental, I found myself thinking the animations were a bit bland, generic, and lackluster. Since this is a detail that bothered me through the whole movie, I can't give it a perfect score. I have to give 2.5 out of 3 for production quality. The first layer of a movie is what we see and hear. The second, deeper layer of a movie is the story, how the characters evolve, how they make us feel. The strongest point in the storytelling from Elemental is how they convey emotions. Some people may say the storyline is overdone and predictable, but does it really matter? It brings forward strong values of family, responsibility, love, and care. It also touches on more delicate subjects that all immigrants face when they move into a new country. Discrimination, adaptation, starting from scratch, all of those are powerful, timeless concepts. They don't age or become irrelevant, so I have nothing against a movie that uses those principles as premises for its story as many times as they want. And not only are these themes timeless, they're also well communicated through the story. At the beginning of the story, there are very few fire elementals in Elemental City. And you can understand why. Fire burns earth elementals, fire boils water, and fire itself is damaged by water. These physical limitations create a barrier, a tension that keeps fire away from all other elementals. They are a minority that all others avoid. This problem is happily solved by Wade and Ember's relationship that proves that love doesn't have barriers. Another challenge faced by Ember's family is how to build yourself up from nothing. When leaving your home country, you leave a big part of your old life behind to create a new one. It can be very difficult to face the unknown and grow in such conditions. Ember feels the pressure of taking care of her father's store and really doesn't want to disappoint him. The ending teaches us a lesson in resilience and how sometimes difficulty can shape our beliefs in a good or a bad way. It's our job to figure out which experiences contribute to who we want to be and which don't. Ember's dad, Bernie, lived a long time hating water elementals because of the damage they could cause to their fire. But seeing Wade rescue their precious blue flame and almost sacrifice his life for it made him see the true value in others regardless of their element. He then starts to welcome anyone into his store, and everyone's all the better for it. I felt and cared for the characters in Elemental. For that reason, I'm giving a 2.5 out of 3 for storyline and ending. Now's the time to have a look at what people think about this movie. Let's quickly jump on IMDb's website. Here we are on the main page and we can see the rating. 7 out of 10. It's a pretty average rating. It's a good movie, but it's not in the best. Let's look at it in a bit more detail. Alright, we can see the opinion is pretty centered around the average, which is 7. Nothing surprising there. Let's check if people wrote something interesting. Alright, so if we summarize a bit what people think about this movie, generally what I found is people comment positively about the creativity of the environment. The design is really well made. The voice acting, most people enjoy the voices of all the characters in the movie, and the emotions that are intertwined in the story and how the characters express all their feelings. People really like how it was done. For dislikes, a lot of people commented on the story being too simple and predictable and already overdone. And I can understand if people are looking for something new and they go to see this movie and they find that, oh, I already saw this story somewhere else. They're gonna feel disappointed. But my opinion is it's a pretty powerful story, and there's a reason why it's repeated in many movies. It's because we can connect with it and it means a lot to a lot of people. With the score of 7 out of 10, we scale it down to 3, and that's around 2.1 out of 3. Taking all those comments and reviews in, it's now time to settle the real question. Is it worth watching? Is it worth your time? My answer is simply yes. Don't expect a thriller or an action-packed movie out of this one, but expect a very heartwarming story with lovable character that you won't be able to resist. Even if it's set up in a fantasy world, the topics are surprisingly relatable for a lot of people. So if we add up all the scores for each category, we have 2.5 for production quality, 2.5 for the storyline and ending, 2.1 for online reviews, and 1 for the bonus question, since I did recommend this movie. The final score for the movie Elemental is 8.1 out of 10. The movie Elemental is a great watch. If you struggle for time but still want to know what happens between Wade and Ember, I have exactly what you need. Watch this video to get a 101-second summary of the movie, where you get to see all the important moments of the movie that you need to see.